This episode proudly brought to you by EC Off-Road, the go-to for all your 4x4 and American truck needs. Let's go break the curse. Good morning, guys. We've been fishing for probably about half an hour now, and we just pulled this little guy up. Now, we haven't had the best start of the day. If I was recording what was going on before, it wasn't a happy boy. But anyway, we've had problems with the underwater drone, we've had problems with the Minn Kota. We're having an anchor everywhere, and to get specifically right on top of rocks is quite difficult with the wind and current going a different way. But anyway, I've calmed down. So I just pulled this nice little fella after about 5-10 minutes. Hopefully he's got a couple of mates down there, but we're going to do a little bit of tusky fishing today. Ow. We're going to do a little bit of tusky fishing today. It's by far been the most asked thing that we could do, so that's what we've come out to do. Try to break the curse, get a couple of decent fish, because lately it's been really difficult fishing. So anyway, guys, hopefully we can put a couple of these together. We'll show you everything that we can. Alrighty, and yeah, hopefully I can beat Sarah today, because it's been a long time. I copped a lot of shit. So do I. So says he's got a tusky sitting here chewing on a crab at the moment. I got some really good bites just before again. Hopefully she can convert it. Feel anything?
Yeah, I reckon he's on there, eh?
You reckon?
I don't know. Ah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah.
Felt the weight.
Yeah.
Alright guys, I'm going to teach you in these next couple of videos how to anchor your boat. Now, if you don't get it spot on the first time, you will on the second time, and you'll see why. Now you can see here our north to south arrow. So directly up is north. You can see here is where we dropped the anchor last time, and these drifting side to side lines are where we were hanging back in the boat, and then also where we pulled anchor and started drifting back. So you can see where we dropped the anchor to where the boat was sitting is directly north to south. Now in this picture you can see I've touched the screen and brought a cursor up directly to the north of the marks I want to be fishing. I'm then going to drive the boat over to the cursor and drop the anchor when I'm directly in the middle of the cursor.
Alright, that's on the bottom. Do you want me to let it out?
That's grabbing because the boat's spinning around quite quick there. We're hanging nicely back towards our marks. Now in this picture you can see I've zoomed into a 12-metre long bar, so you know how far 12 metres is. The screen is also reversed, so south is now north and north is south because I'm drifting. So we want to pull up directly to the north of mark 393 and Bluey drone, and I know my baits are going to be extremely close to where I want to be fishing. And you can see here we've got rubble all around us. Shows on the structure. We've got a nice rubbly bottom here with a few fish. So he says he's got a tusky playing around with her here, what she thinks is a tusky.
Oh, is that a bite on yours just then?
I think mine might be getting a bite too. But so I'll concentrate on Sarah. We're having a hell of a time here. We just pulled anchor again. Yeah, really difficult.
Come on.
What's he doing?
He's still biting it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Having a play. Yeah, so what I did now is each time I've tried to anchor and I've pulled anchor, I've gone a little bit further up, a little further up, a little bit further up. So I've got a fair bit of line out now, and what that does is lessens the angle on your rope. Therefore it doesn't pull the chain up as much when you're bouncing, and if that chain's getting pulled up and down, it's going to free your anchor and pulled all the time. So if a little tip for people who sometimes struggle with anchoring is let more line out each time, and just slowly apply pressure to it, because sometimes you're on a mussel bed or hard ground or whatever and that anchor just won't grab. Just using a sand anchor, because we are on sand here and with isolated ground around it. So that's a little tip on anchoring. Might be a video full of tips. It's been a day full of problems for us so far. Not meaning to whinge, but geez, I've got to get a new Minn Kota now. The Minn Kota's just gone. The drone's having some serious trouble, and it's a big help, the drone, you know, like we've only got a small weather window today, and it's good to just go whack it down, see if your target species is down there, and if it is, you know, you're sort of on the right area. And for some reason that won't work. So anyway, we've got a tusky now, and I cracked the shits that bad I wasn't even going to film actually. And then I sucked it up, put on my big boy pants, and now I can film it.
I'm not even going to say anything.
I don't blame you. Anyway. Alright, so fishing's gone very quiet. Keep pulling anchor, having a hell of a time. But anyway, we're going to just keep nudging north, see if we can pick up a new little bit of ground with something that we can actually drop the anchor on to get it to hold. I have no idea why. Might have to invest in a Manson Supreme. I know everyone's going to say get a Manson Supreme. We don't usually have dramas like this, but anyway. I'm going to push north and see if we can get a fish up there. So, this big fella just cruising around. So he's gone under now, but the one thing with turtles is if you see them looking up and looking down and then looking up and looking down again, what they're doing is like looking for bait, looking for stuff, usually on top of a reef. So that's one way that we found ground when we were up at Cape York, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was too.
So we seen a turtle looking up, looking down, like a couple hundred meters, probably 150, 200 meters away, looking up, looking down, and I remember a fella telling me about it. So we went straight over there. Sure enough, rubbly ground. They sit on top of it and they look down. So another little tip for you. Yeah, if you see him looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down.
He's been there the whole time we've been filming, fishing.
Went over the top of him. He's straight on top of a bit of reef, but we were fishing on the same reef as him. This is a tip vid, full of hot tips. Okay, so just a little bit further north now. If you come in here, so I'll show you once again what we're looking for on the structure scan. You can see these ledges in there when I zoom in on the Garmin. All these little ledges and stuff, so I've marked that. Anchor up on that. Have another drop. We've got a lot of bait here on the Furuno. Our problem is anchoring. So anyway, that's why Minn Kota is so helpful with this sort of stuff. If you need to move 5 meters, it's just straight over there, spot lock. It's like one of the most important parts, I think. But anyway, let's have another go at this. Don't enjoy this bit. Noisy. You can actually, I always let it down softly because you can, from up here, you can actually hear it go ching on the bottom. Imagine what the fish hear. So that's on the bottom there now. I often walk if you're solo, I walk my rope back and I try to control it here, holding it in my hand so I can watch my sounder, especially if you're by yourself. It's grabbing onto the sand there, but will we get a good grab enough to sort of, we're in a little bit of current here too. So it's starting to come around nicely.
It was.
Definitely, eh?
Loaded up.
Yeah, it's loading up then. We've pushed a little bit further north now, again. and probably about 3 more times since we last spoke to you. It's a very tough bite today. Still just got the one fish, a lot of little peckers. Just got sort of a good run then, like I've said in previous videos. Sometimes you'll see your line just cruising back towards you, and that's what was happening then. That's usually a signature tusk fish move, you know, picking your bait up and swimming back up. But I'd say he's got my bait again.
What'd you have on?
Crabby. Here we go. Oh. Get him, get him, get him. That's it. Well done. Yeah, he's good. He's a good one. It's been a tough slog, and he's only still he's not a bad fish. I wouldn't say he's tiny, but he's definitely not big. So Sez got him on a claw.
Yep.
And we hook him up sort of a special way. We hook our crabs up a special way, actually. Well done, Sir.
That reel sounded terrible.
It did, eh? I think we're going to have to upgrade our gear.
I think so. That was like, I thought it carked it on me.
Alright, bleed him, put him in the esky, some dinner. So while we're waiting for hopefully another fish, I just wanted to tell you about a thing we got now called Patreon. It's a thing where you guys can support us monthly on 3 different tiers. And I'll tell you what, one of the things that you will get on the top tier is a live monthly video chat with myself and Sarah, where you can ask us all sorts of questions. We'll answer everything we know truthfully, like just how we baiting up these crabs and how to make the crabs last longer, and like anything like that. We always get asked about. It's one of the main things we get asked about. But anything you guys want to know about fishing, camping, places we go, advice, times of year to fish for whatever you want. You can go on there and ask us by the video chat every month. There's also heaps of sick prizes and stuff like that you win on there as well. So you can go to the link in the description below this video, or you can Google Patreon and it'll take you straight there. It's really, really easy. You're not locked in, so yeah. Head over there, guys. It's the best way to support us and purchasing our merch. Keeps our channel going, keeps us bringing some good content, and hopefully some good fishing adventures. Thank you to everyone that's gone over there already and joined our Patreon.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Oh yes, get him. Go easy. Oh, did you just...
It didn't bust off, I dropped him.
Wow.
Damn it. You can't go easy on him. What are you talking about?
Bugger.
Ooh.
I meant go hard, not go easy. Oh, bugger. Pulled hooks on a really good fish. Straight up. Oh well. We've just pulled anchor again. Really shitting me. Really shitting me. You alright? Gotta help. Alright. Trying to anchor again, and pretty much out of rope because I've gone way up. Then the rope was cut in half in the anchor well. Both of us had to jump on the last foot of it and tie it off because it looks like we've got a good grab. Now, this rope is holding on by about 5 little lashes of nylon. So yeah, like, here we go, hang on, stay first. What even is that? Anyway, we're nearly there. How much more rope we got? That was a mission. Hands are red raw, but I'm pretty sure we've got a hold now.
You're right.
Uh-oh, that's a big bluey. That is a big bluey. Get him. Oh. Uh-oh, you're in strife. Oh, that's a good one. Get him, bud.
It's like a shark.
I don't know. That's it? Nah, that ain't a shark. Come on. Oh, he's a good fish. He's a good fish. Come on, let's get a look at him. Come on, alright. Oh, wow. Keep that line off the boat. Oh, no! Oh.
Oh, he's a big one.
Stop him. Stop him. Ah.
Same thing, snipped off, I reckon.
Let's
I
have a
felt
look.
it. Again, just snipped off. You can actually feel it go tink. So I don't know what part of them snipping it off, but...
Their teeth.
No, but like, they're like one little tooth.
Because it's down their gob. And bang, that's it. Yeah, 100%.
I'm skeptical about that.
There's
They got the
something you can't
gangliest teeth ever.
Yeah, I know, but they're just getting lucky today, just bust. I don't know what she's doing different to me, but something good anyway. Not getting our hopes up. Good fish, whatever it is.
Oh, get up.
Oh, it's blue.
Those,
Well, okay, there you go. That's a big bluey.
Yep.
Righto. That's a big bluey right there. So there's Sarah's foot. Oh. Here's my foot. Well done.
I don't know what I'm doing differently.
I guess. She reckons it's too heavy to hold horizontally. So that's a good fish, says.
Thanks.
So a couple of smaller crabs there.
Yeah.
And yeah, talk
And
us
he
through
went.
it. You still think the other one was a shark now?
No.
No. The other one was bigger.
Yeah, totally.
So that's a nice fish. He'd be around the 8 kilo.
Yeah.
So
It's not the biggest we've got here, but he's up there.
yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Well done.
Thank
Again, you're beating me. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know what you're doing different. I really
We're going
don't.
now, weren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your phone's not filming, it's too hot.
Oh, yes.
They're there, but aren't they?
All right. I am devastated. Absolutely devastated. I had him well off the ground and everything. That was a big fish. But this is my line after it. No chafing at all. So what they do is they bite cleanly straight through it. So that hook goes all the way down their gullet. Bang. They bite your line. So there's not too much you can do. I guarantee if you put wire on it, they won't touch it. So I feel like crying. But anyway, I won't. That was a big one. In this next video, my audio stuffed up for some reason, and I'm sort of glad it did. Now, this is one of the biggest tusk fish I've ever felt on the end of my line, and I'm running 85 pound braid, 120 pound leader, and a 24 plus kilo rod, and there she goes. Pretty sure I said something like, fiddly-dee, fiddly-da, I'm so happy I don't have to fillet that fish. How does my hair look, Sarah? Yep, cool. Put my hat on, and let's go. Alright guys, we're going to pull the pin. We've waited too long now. The wind's blowing quite hard, probably doesn't show it in the thing, but it's about 13 to 15 knots. We've got quite a run home, so that was an emotional roller coaster today for myself. Big time. I felt like going home at the start, then it went good, then it went bad again, then it went really good when you got your big bluey, then I lost 2 massive fish. They just elude me, those ones. They are so powerful. Anyway, we're going to hightail it back to the boat ramp. Got a little treat for you. Stay tuned. As I said, you're in for a treat. If you jerky lovers are out there, you're going to love this one. For a homemade jerky, I'd say it's up there with some of the best jerkies that we've had, yeah?
Definitely.
Even ones that we buy and that, this one's up there with the best. I won't say it's the best. I reckon the Riverina jerky that I've had, that's still the best. I love the Riverina jerky. But this one is pretty bloody good. So I'm going to run you through quickly how we do it. All right, so I've chosen a couple of rumps. This one's definitely the pick of them. You want to choose one with minimal fat on it. And what fat they do have on, you want to chop off. So I'm going to chop these off. What I've done is I've had these in the freezer for about 45 minutes till they just go like firm. Like you can see, you know, I'm pushing on it. It's not like, you know, till they just start to go firm. That allows you to chop through them easier and thinner without damaging the meat. So I'll go on and chop all this fat off, and then I'll show you what we do. So I got all the fat trimmed off, and what I like to do is pick an edge where you can get a lot of longer slices off. And I use a sashimi knife. It's a lot sharper. And I just try and get it really nice and thin like that in one swipe. So that's what you're looking for. About 3 mil thickness, okay? And do it in one swipe, because when you, like this, it saws the meat and pulls it apart, but when it's a bit frozen like this, just makes it so much easier to slice it like that, okay? So that's what you want your jerky pieces to look like. All right, I need a bowl. We've finished cutting up our meat there now, so that's gonna go over here. I'm gonna start on the sauce, so I won't run through everything. I'll make it easy. I'll name what we're using, then I'll chuck the recipe in the description below if you want to go and have a look at that, so you can refer back to it easily. But we've got cayenne pepper, we've got paprika, we've got a little bit of garlic powder, and we've got some onion powder, alrighty? And then I've just whacked some cracked pepper in here and really ground it down more. As for sauces, we've got some soy, barbecue, oyster sauce, some Worcestershire, and a bit of olive oil to help everything stick to everything. Then we've got some lemon, and it gives it a nice little lemon flavour. It's a jerky with a little bit of spice, a nice peppery taste, and it's got that sort of smoky meat sort of flavour, and then like a touch of lemon. It's just ridiculously good. So anyway. Alrighty, so we've put in all our sauces and our spices. Gonna give this all a big stir up. All right. Yum. Got the pepper going in. Wasn't much pepper. You don't need it because you've got the cayenne pepper, but it just adds a little tiny bit more. Now for the lemon. And I'll probably squeeze most of the juice of a lemon in there, but just keep doing it to your taste. Just watch out for seeds falling in. Juice of a whole lemon. And we are done. That is delicious. It says you can have a taste behind camera.
Okay, that's good.
It's good.
Yeah, yum. I'd actually drink that.
Mm-hmm. I end up having some, like enough that I'm sort of later on going, I don't know if I should have ate all that. Half the meat goes into one. Half the meat goes into the other. All right, dear, that has made 6 tuppence of sauce.
Gee. What was that?
Oh, man, I don't know. It just came to me. Oh, that was incredible, Adam. So that's made 350 mils of sauce there. So we're going to put exactly half of that in. So it's 100 mils.
I don't know.
175.
I was listening to how much you had.
175 mils. All right. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's just you want to put half of the sauce into the bag. Half going into the other one. Now I recommend getting the double bags, the double zip lock bags, because this is going to go in the fridge now. So what I'm going to do is give it a good turn like that. Good turn so that marinade goes whole the way through. But after that, let most of the air out that you can. Doesn't have to be all of it, but let most of it out. Then zip it up while it's out, and you'll see it almost acts like a mini cryovac, and you can push it all flat and even. That's going to sit in the fridge along with this one. Tomorrow we're going to whack it in the dehydrator, and that takes between 4 and 6 hours depending. All right, guess where we're going? We're going filming and chasing jacks, which will be coming up on another episode. We'll see you tomorrow morning. All right, guys, so that's been marinating overnight. It's about midday now, so a little bit less than 24 hours, and that will be plenty. So in here, you got a bit of excess sauce there. A lot of people say you got to pat it all off it, but all I do is just drag a little bit on the edge and place it on your tray. I don't like taking all the sauce off it because that's the taste. So literally placing it on your dehydrator tray like that. That's our cat in the background that you can hear. Being careful not to let them touch. And this is the tedious part that I won't put you all through, but you get the gist. Pull it out of there.
Gist.
You get the gist. Alright, so we've had it on now for about 5.5 hours of jerky. I just checked it before and it was really close, so come over here. So every like sort of half an hour or so, what you want to do with these trays, because it cooks the bottom ones quicker than it cooks the top ones. So you just want to swap the bottom to the top, which you can. So it's a good sign they're ready when you can just sort of come and, you know, move them all around like this. They're not sticking. Also, like I said before, when you rip it, you want that, see that white in there where it joins? That's how you want it. So it's nice, not sticky, you know, and you can tear it like that. So that's how you want it. But that jerky now is done. This is how much jerky we just made. So you can taste in that, you can taste the lemon, you can taste the pepper, you can taste the cayenne pepper because it's got like a tiny little bit of spice. You can taste the smokiness of it, so it'd be like smoked paprika and stuff like that. It really is delicious, and if you like it, that cost us about 20 bucks to make. It was about $20 worth of rump. You don't need a special rump, just pick one with minimal fat, and that's it. So all we do is in some glass, you can either use some paper bags and wrap them in paper bags, or we've got some glass jars with some cork on top of them. We just chuck it all in there, we set it here, and it doesn't last long. So my advice is to put it out of sight for when you need it, or else you're just going to smack it. What you can't see now is Sarah hooking in, and she doesn't want to be filmed, do you? All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that episode. Some big blueies, smokings again, and one of the best beef jerkies you'll ever make. Alrighty, so thanks for joining us again. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. To support the channel, head over to our website, outerline.com.au, grab yourself some merch, there's plenty on there, or head over to Patreon, where you can jump online and learn everything that we know. There's also some crazy giveaways and some big discounts on our merch. Cheers, guys.